Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased technical analysis. Now a lot of people, especially the news, is starting to say that inflation is possibly peaking. Alright, makes me nervous when the news start getting bullish like this, but we did get a breakout, guys. We did get a breakout of this bear flag, as you guys can see right here, and we hit a very critical resistance zone. We're gonna talk about that. Let's prepare. Let's go. So let's move to the daily chart. I told you guys about the bear flag that I got. If you could clear 395.5, I told you guys that was the breakout. Also, it was the high of Thursday. Okay, so I use Fibonacci levels. I use trend lines to find my support and resistance levels, but I also use previous pivot highs and pivot lows as support and resistance levels. Okay, now you guys know Uncle Charles' secret. But we did get the breakout, and like what do I say? When do we buy calls? When the resistance clears. It cleared, nice what was that, a $4 pop, and it almost hit that 61.8 retracement level. Okay, now a lot of people's eyeballing the 400 level, but keep in mind, from August high down to October low, I have the 61.8 retracement level at 399.79. So SPY almost tested that yesterday, okay? Also, I have Fibonacci levels from January high down to October low. The 38.2 Fib level is 398.48. Okay, so SPY, like I said, we are at a very critical resistance zone from 398.5 to 400. Bears got to step up here. Okay, Bears got to step up, and what Bears want to do, this is the bear case scenario. What Bears want to do, want to reject here and break back below 395.5. Okay, can break back below 395.5. That is a false breakout setup of this bull flag that we got here. Okay, so we got to get bears. If you're bearish, or if you want to get bearish, you got to see the price drop back below 395.5, 395 to be safer. Okay, just give us that false breakout setup below 395. I got 393.5, 392 with the critical support level at 390. Okay, the exact number is 389.92, but we can round it 390. We don't have to trip over a few cents, right? But yeah, below 390, I favor that we go back down and fill the rest of this bear flag. Okay, if we can get that false breakout below 395.5 or 395 and break back below 390, I favor we go fill the and test the support of the bull flag, the bear flag, excuse me. All right, that's the bear flag, the bear case scenario. Now, if bulls on Monday can defend that 395 level, 395.5 level, okay, that keeps the breakout intact to continue this rally, okay, because CPI began the rally back in October 13th. It's looking like CPI is continuing the rally, and if it wants to do that on Monday, it needs to clear that 400 level. It needs to clear. I mean, technically, it closed at 398.51, so technically, it did close above that 38.2 Fib level. Technically, that is a breakout, okay. But the big level, like I said, is 395.5, and it needs to clear 400 if it wants to continue. If it wants to continue the rally up, okay? We do have a gap all the way up here, okay? Big gap around 48.6s, okay? The 200 daily moving average is around 407. All right? I do have a pivot high right here from September 13th at 403. That's where the gap begins, 403. So above 400, critical resistance will be at 403. 403 clears. Maybe we can go test that 200 daily moving average and possibly even fill the gap. All right, that's the bull case scenario. Above 395.5, the breakout holds. Above 400, look for calls. I favor more upside to go test one of these critical resistant levels. Okay, keep in mind the RSI still not in overbought territory, so the conditions for a pullback is not yet met. I'm not saying the bear case can't happen. Okay, I'm not saying it can't happen. All I'm saying is the lagging indicator, that is the RSI, is still not in overbought territory, okay? For me, price action is the number one indicator. So we just need to break back below 395 to get that false breakout setup, which is bearish, if we want to get bearish, okay? But as long as it holds and it clear 400, guys, play it unbiasedly. I would look for calls, and I'll play it level to level. I am a day trader. If you guys are dealing with the PDT rules, consider moving to a cash account. Okay, moving to a cash account. If you trade options with a cash account, the funds will clear the next day. If you do it with shares, it might take a couple of days. All right? So just something to keep in mind. You don't have to deal with a PDT rules with a cash account. QQQ managed to clear a critical level. Okay, I got fib levels from August high down to October low, just like with SPY. The 38.2 fib levels at 284.88. QQQ closed well above that, okay? This yellow line right here is another fib level. That is the 50% fib level, okay? 287.76. All right? That's the 50% fib level from March 2020 low up to the November 2021 high, okay? QQQ closed a few cents just above that, all right? So those two critical levels are what bulls must defend. If it pulls back, because we did move up a good amount, if it decides to pull back, bulls want to see 284.86 get defended. If it drops back below 284.88 and it closes below, that's a false breakout setup that's bearish. Okay? So as long as 284.88 and 287.7 holds as support, we got more upside in play. Got this breakout of this trend line at 290.5. All right, pink trend line goes all the way back to December 2021. Okay, we got a couple touches here with March 2022 high and April 2022 high and August 2022 high. Got a false breakout. Let's see if it can break out again. Above 290.5, it would be a breakout of that trend line and put higher price targets in play. 294.3 and possibly higher price out around 300, 303.8 and so on, okay? But like I said, below 284.8, that's a false breakout setup. That's bearish, and it will put 279, 278-ish, 273.7-ish, 269.2-ish back in play, okay? Let the price action guide you, sheep trading style. Yeah, and we got a pretty bullish day on Tesla. Keep in mind, before we get too bullish on Tesla, right? You see this white trend line? It could be a back test of that trend line. We broke that white trend line back in November 7th. We could try to back test that as a resistance. Now, if it recaptures that, which means it needs to get above 200. The exact number is 199.3-ish. But above 200 would be safer. That would be a recapture of that, okay? And it will also be put 205 in play. That's based on this bear flag that broke down also back in November 7th. So we could also be back testing that as a resistance. Keep in mind that white line is based on this massive triangle pattern that I got here. Okay? So let's see what happens. Let's see what reaction is around 199.3. Recapture, that's bullish, and that'll put 205 back in play. Above 205 is a recapture of the bear flag, and that will put 209.5 and 213 back in play. Above 213, I'll be a lot more bullish on Tesla. All right, now let's end this with the option flow. Filter for 500k premiums or above. Big money, 68% in the put flow. Okay, while 32% is in the calls. Not seeing nothing that really sticks out to me that meets my criteria. This one does 6.2 million premium. Expiration all the way out in 2023 of February 17th, but it's a split order, so not that aggressive. But overall, big money is bearish. QQQ, big money is bullish. Interesting. All right, nothing really sticking out, but big money. Oh, okay. So here's something. So this is a sweep order, 1.4 million in premium, over 6,000 in size. 299 strike price, December 2nd expiration date. Okay, so it got some time. That's pretty aggressive in my opinion. And then we got some that counteracts it. 900,000K in premium, $1 million in premium here. Both over 5,000 in size. 270 strike price, November 23rd. So that one's even more aggressive. Very, very interesting. We'll see how it plays out. So big money is mixed on Triple Q right now. Let's check out Tesla. Tesla 77% in the puts. Why not, right? Even Elon is selling. Elon's selling, right? 23% in the calls, okay? So there you go. There you have it, okay? So you guys found value in that. Please consider subscribing to Uncle's channel. Hit the like button. If you want more content, definitely consider joining the Discord or subscribing to my Substack. Thank you guys so much. Peace.